Guys, you won't believe the heat that has just landed in our backyard. And honestly, the tension is thick enough to cut with a knife. If you've been scrolling through your feeds and seeing headlines about fear gripping Muslims in rural Nigeria, I am here to tell you, this is not just empty noise. This is actually happening, and the details are wilder than a movie script. So grab a seat, let's unravel this whole situation, because it involves the United States, President Donald Trump, and a Christmas Day gift that has left a lot of people in northern Nigeria looking at the sky in terror. Here's the gist. On Christmas Day, December 25, 2025, while many of us were busy popping jollof rice and chicken, the United States military launched a series of powerful airstrikes right here in Nigeria. Specifically, these missiles, Tomahawk cruise missiles and drones, rained down on targets in Sokoto State, up in the northwest. Now, you might be asking, why is the US bombing Sokoto on Christmas? Well, President Trump took to his Truth Social platform to announce that he personally ordered these strikes as what he called a Christmas present to stop the slaughter of Christians. He claimed the targets were ISIS camps and a new group called Lakurawa that has been terrorizing locals. He literally posted that he warned these terrorists there would be hell to pay if they didn't stop killing innocent Christians. And on Christmas night, he collected his debt. Now, this is where the fear comes in, and this is why that headline is trending. The rhetoric coming from the White House was very specific. It focused heavily on protecting Christians. But here's the reality on the ground that we all know. The banditry and terrorism in the north affect everybody, Muslims and Christians alike. In fact, just before these strikes, there were attacks on mosques and Muslim communities too. So when a foreign superpower like the US flies in with missiles and says, "We are doing this for the Christians," it sends a wave of panic through the Muslim communities in rural areas. They are afraid that this protection mission might turn into a religious crusade where they become collateral damage or targets simply because of their faith. The Sultan of Sokoto's backyard is essentially a war zone now, and the local sentiment is shifting from relief that terrorists are being hit to genuine fear that this is an attack on a specific identity. This is getting really deep. So before I continue with how the Nigerian government is actually helping Trump do this, please just take a quick second to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us keep bringing you these deep dives into what's actually happening in our country without the fluff. Just tap that button. Okay, let's get back to it. Here's the twist that has everyone talking. You would think the Nigerian government would be shouting about sovereignty, right? Wrong. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs and even the minister, Yusuf Tuga, came out and confirmed that they knew about it. They said they were sharing intelligence with the US. So the Nigerian government basically gave the US the green light to drop missiles in Sokoto. Some reports are saying this cooperation is to help secure sophisticated American weapons like attack helicopters Nigeria ordered. But for the average villager in Sokoto or Zamfara who sees a US drone overhead, they aren't thinking about diplomatic cooperation. They are thinking, am I next? And to make matters even scarier, this isn't an isolated incident of President Trump acting wild this month. Just days after striking Nigeria, on January 3rd, 2026, US forces literally kidnapped the president of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, in a midnight raid called Operation Absolute Resolve. They flew him straight to New York to face charges. When you see that kind of aggressive energy globally, you understand why folks in rural Nigeria are shaking. If the US president can snatch a whole head of state and bomb Sokoto within the same week, the unpredictability is terrifying. The fear isn't just about the bombs that already fell, it's about what's coming next. President Trump's defense secretary, Pete Hegseth, even tweeted, "More to come." And that open-ended threat is what is keeping people awake at night. So while some people are cheering that terrorists are being neutralized, which is a good thing because we all want safety, the method and the messaging have created a deep divide. It's framing a security issue as a religious war, and in a country as delicate as ours, that is a dangerous game to play. The Christmas strike wasn't just a military operation, it was a massive political statement, and the people in the villages are the ones living with the aftershocks.